Hello, I'm Nevaeh Adams, and I am a senior here at Midland Adventist Academy. Broken Arrow Retreat is kind of a field trip where you go to a camp a couple hours away in Manhattan, Kansas, and you just grow closer to your classmates and as a high school, but you also get to go and grow closer to God. One of the activities we do at the Broken Arrow Retreat is water tubing behind a jet ski, because I love tubing. I love just the adrenaline pump. Pulling the raft, it hit a wake and I couldn't hold on anymore, and I went up in the air and hit the water kind of on my neck. I don't know what I hit, but I hit kind of my neck and my head on the water, and I don't really remember what else until I was able to get back onto the jet ski for 5 minutes while he pulled my friend Lydia, and then that's when I started to notice something was wrong. When I got back to the beach area, I got a really severe headache. It was the worst pain I had ever felt. I could feel just my whole left side go numb, and it was like I forgot how to move it in a sense. I had no feeling whatsoever. And I remember as I was laying on the beach, I was crying and just asking for prayer and just kind of in so much pain, and I couldn't really move, and just in a lot of fear of what had happened. When the first responders first arrived, they came over to me, and I just remember looking up and seeing a whole bunch of people surrounding me. One person was kind of just holding my head completely still while the others were assessing what happened and the next steps that they needed to take to ensure my safety. I remember them putting me in kind of this neck brace, and loading me onto a stretcher and rolling me away to the back of the ambulance. When I went into the ambulance, they had put an IV into my hand to give me some very strong and powerful pain medications for the amount of pain I was in. I do remember bits and pieces, and one thing that really stood out to me was when they said that I was going to be life-flighted in a helicopter to KU Medical Center. I do not remember taking off, and I do not remember landing at the hospital, but I remember just getting rushed in to the triage, where I was surrounded by just multiple medical personnel. They did different CT scans. They did a scan where they put a substance of contrast in through an IV to kind of make my body warm so that they could see it on imaging if there was any damage done or any internal bleeding or tears or just anything of that sort. Then I was taken back to the intensive care unit. But in order for me to be released from the ICU, I had to be able to function on my own, get up and go to the bathroom, walk places, eat, just able to take care of myself. Once I got released from the ICU, I got placed in the normal pediatrics unit, where I spent only a day before I was able to go home while still under supervision by my parents and on medication, and ended up coming back to school the weekend after. For me, the biggest thing is how clear I was able to see God through all of this. I was terrified. I was like, even though that I was alone and my parents weren't there until later, and I didn't have people in the ICU with me except the nurses and doctors, it's like I could feel that God was just sitting right there on the end of my bed and just telling me step by step of what was gonna happen next. And I think that played a really big part in how quickly I was able to get back on my feet. And God works miracles. And for me, once I started trying to seek Him in everything that I do and see Him through different lenses, then it really opened up the bigger picture. And I've been praying a lot for just safety in general, and just that He walks with me in my everyday life. And I've spent a lot more time with Him ever since.